All right, so let me turn my fan off so it doesn't distort too much. Okay, so I'm watching Schroyer here uh, live. It finally cooled down a little bit, but I have a feeling, well, the sun's going to start up again and it bakes in here for, cripes, until 10 o'clock at night. Okay, now, um, a few weeks ago, I either posted on Twitter, or excuse me, on X, to my account that I accidentally locked myself out of by hitting a back arrow. And it's a long story. I just thinks I'm a bot and thinks, okay. So my new account, or one of my old accounts that I made in 2020, that I got back, that I didn't know I got back after Elon took over, I guess. I'm posting on there, but my tweets are hidden, or my posts are hidden, because they think that I'm dangerous. So even if I say, oh, I really like this is great news, how's the weather today, something like that, that's dangerous. So I realize no one is reading my posts, so I'm shit posting and trolling. Not really. Not actually, not really. A little bit, but mainly I'm sarcastic and disaffected over what's going on with Trump right now, as you know. Thomas 23 knows. Now, both of my parents had vascular issues. And when I heard LEAVITT read this, damn it, I am cracking up. The girl does not know medical terminology. She does not know the English language. She simply Greek and Latin, um, and basic tests. She cannot even enunciate or say these words. She's just, oh, look, I'm only in ninth grade. I can't say this. No, I honestly think I could have done better in my ninth grade biology class. And I love science in the medical field. All right. Well, but I did take college terminology, and but not online. It was all hand memorization, and I don't know how I got through that either. I drank a lot of coffee and tea, just to keep going. But I memorized. I would sit in a chair and put earplugs in and memorize. I smoked cigarettes like a fiend and memorized. All right. So a few weeks ago, I said Trump's legs are obviously, they remind me of my dad's when my dad ended up, it was being diagnosed as something else. And I was going batshit. He had gained like 20 pounds in like a couple months. And I just said, holy shit, Dad, what the fuck? His lungs kept swelling up with fluid and had to be, or swelling up, collecting fluid and filling up his right lung specifically. And it had to be drained. Well, he had lung cancer. And the fluid that was coming out was not being examined. So finally they had a leftover sample and they re-examined it and did the proper testing on it and found lymphoma in the lymph nodes of the lungs. Now, I had been telling him from January, I got hung up on by the emergency room because in 2021, in January 21, I was not allowed to go to the emergency room with my dad. And another thing I don't like are doctors and nurses taking the cell phone from the patient and talking to the family on that patient's cell phone. They should respect people. Just say, what is your number? I'll call you right back, and be respectful and concentrate. Okay. There used to be dictation booths outside the doctor's lounges in the ORs, which I don't know if those still exist or not. I haven't been in an OR since 20 something, 13. And, okay. So I noticed immediately. And one of the things in nursing, when I was in nursing, was observation. You observed everything. And that's why with my mom, she was going like this. And I was like, oh my God. And I almost took her to the emergency room myself when she was walking. And she had not done that in previous days. And I'd never heard it before. And I said, something's wrong. She had a huge pulmonary emboli coming from her legs due to deep vein thrombosis, most likely. She had several large organizing pulmonary emboli. I wonder if Caroline could see that. That broad needs to get the fuck out of there. She has no clue what she's doing. This is where she has a baby, she has a husband, she brings a baby to work and has it suckle off her tit or whatever the hell she's doing, and she types with one hand. I am not impressed by that. You're not a professional person. You shouldn't even have pictures of people taking pictures of you doing shit like that. You're on the job. I'm old school. That chick is dumb. I don't know where she got her degree from. I don't know what her family lineage is. I'm pretty sure she's she has a little bit of blue and white blood in her. I've heard she is. LEAVITT. That's an odd name, isn't it? She wears a cross and then she stands on a stage and bears false witness against her neighbors. And that's the whole world. So she calls herself a Christian. She belongs to one of these Schofield Bible, Greg Locke-ish churches. And to me, that's just a false religion. That's a cult. And that is almost like worshiping the devil. So that's what I think of her. I think she is stupid. I don't believe she can speak. She should have been, they should have someone in there that is very well rehearsed in public speech. She always reads off paper and looks down. And they stack the room with new media people that are thought to be friendly to the administration. I can only picture her, and they've shrunk the room. I remember when people like Helen Thomas, I know a lot of people don't like her, a lot of people do like her, blah, blah, blah. She became an old bat and got fired. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay. And it's just, but I did notice swelling in Trump's legs, and I said it's clear that he has congestive heart failure and needs to have an IV, lasix, and probably be in the hospital for a couple of days, maybe stick a catheter up him and get that fluid out of him. And it will do it. I mean, it will get the fluid out of his body. And I don't think he'd let them do that to him, though. So, yeah, could he go into heart failure, which, isn't necessarily always fatal. But, I mean, his body clearly is retaining shitloads of water. And I noticed the swelling in his legs. Now, you notice how he no longer stands during press conferences. Notice how it used to show a full body shot of him. And that's when I noticed his legs. I said, you know what? His legs are swollen. He's got a lot of fluid in his thighs. I've never seen that before with Trump. And I knew right then and there. I said, there's something wrong with this guy. And I will hold to that. I believe, okay, so let's listen to this. So here's what, Owen, I urge you guys to, wrong thing. I urge you guys, I may have to turn this down. Okay, so I urge you guys to...
So, we told you yesterday, the big story today was going to be the health, and Caroline LEAVITT had to address that earlier today in clip 11.
Note, I know that many in the media have been speculating about bruising.
She's so damn chubby. Go home, girl. You're not wanted by the American people. Put Carrie Lake in there. She is dying for that job. All right, let's go back. I'm sorry. Let's shut up, Colleen. Right? Okay. Oops. Okay.
Note, I know that many in the media have been speculating about bruising on the president's president's hand and also swelling in the president's legs. So in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share a note from his physician with all of you today. In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out
Routine. You mean epic? Epic computer care?
of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including
God, she actually got through the 2 words comprehensive evaluation. This woman is not a wordsmith. She's not a presenter.
diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral.
Oh my God. Look at her. Here's where she's really having trouble.
Examination, including diagnostic vascular studies.
Oh my God.
Bilateral lower extremity venous.
She can't even talk. Bilateral lower extremity
ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70. Importantly,
over the age of 70? Nah. Chronic venous insufficiency happens when you're sitting all day or when you fly a lot, which he doesn't really work out.
There was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease. Laboratory testing included a complete blood count, comprehensive metabolic panel, coagulation profile,
D-dimer's test. Do you hear how hard this is for her to get this shit out of her mouth? She is so bad.
B-type natriuretic
Does she have the
peptide
Kamala Harris mic in her ear?
And cardiac biomarkers. All results were within normal limits. An echocardiogram was also performed and confirmed normal cardiac structure and function. No signs of heart failure, renal impairment, or systemic illness were identified. Additionally, recent photos of the president have shown minor bruising on the back of his hand. This is consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking and the use of aspirin.
Well, no, he was given an IV, for God's sakes. He had to have blood work done. Are you... Look at the way she's saying, oh my God, she is a sophomore in high... You know what? I did better in 7th grade when I read at Mass. I'm just going to say, I did better in 6th grade. I was doing, as I say, I was doing dramatic Shakespeare readings when I was, I think I had just turned 16. I could have even been 15. I was so embarrassed. I was mortified. I was scared. Okay.
Aspirin, which is taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen, and the use of aspirin, which is taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen.
It's a blood thinner so he doesn't get blood clots and stroke out.
This is a well-known and benign side effect of aspirin therapy. And the president...
She's lying again. That's from the IVs he had. When he had... He either had dye put in or had blood drawn or both. Get out of here, girl.
The president remains in excellent health, which I think all of you witness on a daily basis here. So the president...
Wait, he underwent a comprehensive exam, including diagnostic vascular studies, bilateral lower extremity, venous Doppler ultrasounds, were performed and received chronic and revealed chronic venous insufficiency. That is a disease, though. So we're going to look that up quickly. That is a problem. Oops. I can't spell, though, can I? Insufficiency. CVI is a medical condition. Yeah, it is a medical condition. It can get very serious. And they're probably downplaying that. He has congestive heart failure. I'm telling you right now, he has congestive heart failure. He needs to go on lasix. He needs to get rid of the fluid. You can see it. It's building up, and he's going to begin to get venous stasis ulcers. And the next thing you're going to see, if he doesn't take care of this properly, is you might, when he's walking, blood, he might start bleeding, and blood might come, little drops of blood may come on the floor. I'm not kidding. It happened to my dad. I was freaking out. I said, Dad, what the hell's going on? I actually snuck, while my mom was watching TV, my dad was like in the master suite up in his house, and I would sneak in there with Dakin solution that I made on a hot plate in my condo. This is back in 2021. And I was treating it. It started bursting his legs with sores, and I started treating to try to dry them up. And I thought, if my mom sees me in here doing this shit, she's going to kill me, because she was going through some health problems of her own, and she was taking all her rage out on me. So I would sneak in there, and I would take this bottle, and then I would hide it in his because it was a ensuite, a bathroom in there. I would hide it somewhere in the cabinets. Well, So I'm just saying, I saw this with my father before he died. Okay, so it's a medical condition characterized by blood pooling in the veins, leading to increased pressure and strain on the vein walls. The most common cause of CVI is superficial venous reflux, which often results in the formation of varicose veins, a treatable condition, since functional venous valves are necessary to facilitate efficient blood return from the lower. All right, so then she speaks of aspirin. This is to prevent, as I said, I have my brother on this. My brother has a blockage. I have him on high dose vitamin C, which causes easy bruising also, to strengthen his vein walls, which I don't think he's taking because he said it gives him the runs. I said, just cut down on the dose and that'll go away. I'm having him take red yeast rice. He does have an intolerance to certain types of drugs. He's taking aspirin every day. I'm with him a lot. I don't see any bruising on him, except actually he did fall and almost break his arms. Recently he tripped. But these drugs can make you whacked out too. I'm just letting you know, because my brother had side effects. They put him on 2 different drugs and he had serious side effects. And my brother's skinny. Or he's what they call, what do they call? A gym bro. And they can eat anything, but then that doesn't help their health. So I said, just always have aspirin with you, and, stuff like that. And please make me your beneficiary in all your accounts. Oh, God. I am. Oh, my God. Oh my God. Okay, I didn't say that. Okay. So this is what can happen. And then with the cholesterol, they're going to start putting him on statins. Let's try to take a look at some stuff. And then, the venous ulcers start, and that's what happened with my dad. But I did heal them. But it actually was related to lymph node cancer in the lungs, because his lungs are going to eventually fill up if he doesn't take care of this, because he says he's never. So my brother had reactions to these medications that they wanted him to take. So I don't know why. They wanted to keep his blood thin. They wanted to give him statins, even though his cholesterol was within normal limits, which is why I bought him the red yeast rice. But yeah, I mean, I did notice this, and the end stages here and he's almost there. I'm telling you right now. So there we go.